You're the family of the victim, is that right?
I'm her mother-in-law.
Can you tell me what happened?
We just found her on the floor.
Did you see how Mrs. Beale sustained her injuries?
We can't help you, I'm sorry.
It was me. I hit my mum with a hockey stick.
He doesn't know what he's saying, he's in shock.
You are?
Bobby Beale,
Why did you hit your mum, Bobby?
because she said I had to leave my school.
But this is necessary. He's been through enough today.
I'm going to have to arrest you for assault occasioning actual bodily harm on your mum, Bobby. Do you understand? Bobby, I'm now going to caution you. You do not have to say anything.
Hang on, you can't just
But
take
it
it.
may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
This is ridiculous. He's just a kid.
Is there a family member who can accompany him?
I'll take him. You go to the hospital with Martin.
Are you sure?
And you are?
Close family friend.
Sharon, and maybe I should take
I
him.
told you, Kathy. I'm dealing with it.
Come on, Kathy.
Yeah, I'm coming.
You're going to be all right.
Yeah, you go, I'll be fine.
Come on.
Bobby, you ready?
I'll catch you up. I need you to go to my house, find your dad.
Why?
I haven't got time to explain. Just warn him that the police might start asking questions about Max.
Why Max?
Richie, it's Sharon. I need you at the police station. Sergeant.
Write up my notes whilst we wait for your solicitor. As soon as she arrives, one of our detectives will be down to talk to you. Anything you need, just give me a shout, yeah?
I'm in trouble, aren't I?
Let's just wait till the detective gets here.
I want to see Dad.
He's at the hospital.
Is Mum gonna die?
The doctors will take good care of her.
Will you tell her I'm sorry?
Of course I will.
Didn't mean to do it. Just got angry, that's all. Gonna make things better again. I promise.
Look, just stay calm, Bobby. And leave this to Richie, all right?
For the benefit of the tape, can I ask you your full name, please?
Bobby Beale,
How old are you, Bobby?
12.
Bobby, at your age, you're entitled to have a person called an appropriate adult present when being interviewed. That's a person that's here to look after your interests. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have Sharon Mitchell on your behalf. Are you happy for her to be your appropriate adult? I'm going to need you to speak up for the tape, Bobby.
Yes.
Mrs. Mitchell, for the purpose of the recording, please could you identify yourself?
Sharon Mitchell.
Bobby, when arrested for a crime, you're also entitled to be legally represented. Miss Scott has been called to represent you. Could you identify yourself for the tape, please, Miss Scott?
Richmond Scott, solicitor.
At the end of the interview, I'll give you a notice that explains how you can gain access to copies of the interview tape. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now we've got all the boring stuff out of the way, let's find out a bit more about you, shall we? So, the custody sergeant tells me that you're studying at St. Bartholomew's. Is that right?
Not anymore. My Mum and Dad can't afford to send me there.
Is that what you were fighting about?
I have advised my client to make no comment whatsoever during this interview.
No comment.
Listen, I know that this is scary, but we just want to find out what happened so that we can try and make things better again. That's what you want, isn't it?
I was gonna run away back to school. But then my mum came home. Found me with my bag. We had a fight. Said she couldn't stop me because she wasn't my real mum.
And then what happened?
I got angry.
How angry, Bobby?
I need to have a private consultation with my client before this interview continues.
I hit her with my hockey stick.
Where did you hit her?
You don't have to answer that, Bobby.
On the back of the head.
Are we talking once, twice, 3 times?
I don't remember.
And where is that hockey stick now?
In the kitchen. I told her I was sorry. But she won't wake up.
What did you do when you realised she was unconscious?
I went to get my dad.
It was a very smart thing to do.
I didn't mean to hurt her. I swear.
Don't worry. You did the right thing by coming forward.
Does this mean I can see my mum now?
I need to speak to my colleagues first to find out what information they've gathered. As soon as I've done that, we can see about arranging bail, okay? Interview terminated at 26 minutes past 4.
Don't worry. That's the worst bit over.
I've just spoken to your solicitor outside. We've had an update from the hospital, as well as the crime scene manager and the CPS. In light of this, we're going to be charging you with GBH with intent. Now, what that means is that you deliberately used force when you had a fight with your mum earlier. Do you understand? Once we've got all this paperwork sorted, we'll have a word with the custody sergeant about letting you go home, okay?
Have you spoken to Mum?
I'm afraid she's still unconscious.
But she's going to be all right.
The doctors are doing everything they can, Bobby.
She's going to be angry with me, isn't she?
Of course she would.
If I hadn't hurt Lucy, none of this would have happened.
Who's Lucy, Bobby?
She's my sister.
Bobby's tired. He needs to go home.
They told me it wasn't my fault, but I know it was.
I think he's been through enough for today,
What
don't
wasn't
you?
your fault?
I killed her. I didn't mean to. It's just... she wouldn't listen to me.
If you'll just excuse me for a moment, I just need to consult one of my colleagues.
My patience is wearing thin, dear South. I want him bailed and ready to leave in the next 20 minutes.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Why not?
Because your client's just confessed to the murder of his sister. I'd say a consultation is in order, wouldn't you?
Excuse me. Bobby, Mrs. Mitchell. It's been a while since I've had the pleasure of your company. I've asked dear South to assist me while we get to the bottom of these claims you've made. Now, I appreciate it's been a rather difficult day for you. I should point out, however, that we don't take kindly to people wasting police time.
Well, Bobby's had a long day. I'm sure things will be clear.
Mrs. Mitchell, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Why?
Because you're a close family friend, and this could have wide-reaching implications.
Bobby's upset. I need to stay with
Escort
him.
Mrs. Mitchell out, will you? I've asked our on-call social worker to act as an appropriate adult for the time being. As soon as she gets here, we can start establishing the facts from the fiction. Can't we?
Tell us what happened to Lucy, Bobby.
She'd been upsetting everyone. I told her to stop, but she just laughed at me.
And then what happened?
I got angry, so I hit on the back of the head.
And where was this exactly?
In the front room.
But Lucy's body was found on Wolford Common. Can you explain how she got there?
This is ridiculous. There's no evidence to suggest there's any truth to these claims whatsoever. It's obvious. The boy's still traumatised by today's events.
For once, I'm inclined to agree with you, Miss Scott. Yeah, we spent months building up a case against Max Branning. I'm not about to see our hard work undermined. I'm calling time on this interview at 12 minutes past 5.
Does that mean I can go?
You'll be placed on police bail pending our investigation. I'll make arrangements with the custody sergeant to find a suitable bail return date.
Am I not going to be punished?
Mr. Boone, if you could come with me, please.
Yeah, what for?
We just need to have a quick chat about what Bobby's been saying.
What was it to give a statement about Jane?
I know.
Dad,
Can we just get him to the custody sergeant and then out of here, please?
what's going to happen about Lucy? Because I know where the jury box is.
What jury box?
The one I used to kill her.